It happened in Michigan in 2018. It happened again 150 miles away in 2020. And now, city leaders in Newport fear a catastrophic dam failure could be coming to their city next.
This thing could go right now, it could go at 3 a.m., it could go 2 weeks from now, we just don't know.
That's Dean Sawyer, mayor of Newport, and he's standing next to one of the two dams that hold back the city's entire water supply.
They're earthen dams, and they're just breaking down over time. And so my biggest concern is that these things could go at any time, even right now while we're sitting here.
The state has rated the dams as the second and third most vulnerable to failure. And that's because the dams were built before anyone knew Oregon's coast was susceptible to large earthquakes.
The dams themselves aren't necessarily built poorly, it's the ground they sit on. And so in an earthquake, the ground underneath would fail, which would lower the dams and cause overtopping and the dams to fail.
Aaron Collette, city engineer for Newport, has watched videos on the internet of earthen dams failing.
When the water starts to spill over the top of the earth and you end up with a failure point, then it just kind of erodes very quickly from the force of the water, and it's kind of doom and gloom sounding, but it seems like it almost is eating itself.
And it's not just an earthquake that could trigger a catastrophe. Recently, the city found leaks in a large 90-inch pipe in the upper dam.
It was, instead of a very large earthquake, something much smaller could still cause a problem with the dam, or they could just fail spontaneously.
And the fallout from a failure could be devastating. There's a neighborhood of 40 to 50 homes just down from the lower dam.
And that initial rush of water would take those homes out. They would have about 30-second warning to get out of their house. They would not be able to do that, unfortunately. And it would also take out Highway 101.
Beyond the immediate danger to those people, the largest economic hub on Oregon's central coast would face a long and difficult recovery, one they'd have to undertake largely without a reliable water source.
As far as I'm concerned, if this dam failed tomorrow, Newport would dry up real quick within 6 to 8 months, because there's just no way you could bring in enough water to supply the fish plants, the hotels, the restaurants.
The city does have a plan to build a new dam made of concrete that would replace both of the aging earthen dams.
The new dam would go here. It's the narrowest part of the canyon, and it's also the shallowest they'd have to dig to get to bedrock.
But new dams aren't cheap. The most recent estimate put the price tag around $118 million. And the longer they wait, the more expensive it gets.
We've also been told every year we don't build this project, the cost goes up $5 million.
Former Congressman Kurt Schrader was able to secure $60 million from the federal government, and a local representative got them another $14 million from state lottery funds. But that still leaves them with a gap of nearly $40 million to fill. And Sawyer said that's too big of a bond to put on Newport's relatively small tax base.
We're a town of 10,000, and there's no way that a town of 10,000 can afford $100 million, $110 million. It's just impossible. People would leave town if we had to raise their taxes to pay for it.
So Sawyer has been left to his own devices to continue searching for money to save the city's water supply.
I have a 3-word process that I've been using: patience, persistence, and being a pest.
But the clock is ticking. Collette said they've begun injecting grout around the leaking pipe and doing whatever other small fixes they can to prolong the life of the dams. But other than that, all they can really do is hope the unthinkable doesn't come to pass.
If this fails and those houses go, those people will be gone.
Cale Williams,
That keeps me up at night.
KGW News.